And on that note, you're welcome to our Africa Tech segment. Now, at the start of this week, Facebook opened its first African headquarters, which the focus is to add to its existing 120 million users on the continent. Johannesburg is the birthplace for Facebook in Africa, and it looks at growing the market in Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa. The social media company in question says they will start paying video creators for uploading their clips to the platform. They plan to launch a suggested video feed that curates a sequence of clips in which advert spots would be created along with those videos. Now, John Obidi, who is a social media strategy consultant that educates freely on the benefits of social media to businesses, joins us right now on the program to discuss the benefits for entrepreneurs. Mr. Obidi, thank you very much for joining us on Network Africa.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now, what can social media do for startup companies and entrepreneurs?
Well, first off, we have to understand exactly what social media is. It's simply people talking to people. Now, the fact that people are able to keep in touch so freely creates so much traffic, and because of that, there is so much opportunity for businesses to get in the middle of that conversation and get exposure for their goods and services. Especially with Facebook, they have really defined data, and you can actually get your goods across to a very targeted audience. So if you were maybe into the makeup industry, you can choose to target your goods and services to women who are between a certain age range and who even have certain interests. So there has never been anything like this before, and there is so much opportunity in the social media space for entrepreneurs and small businesses.
Well, how can social media be used to create awareness and also as a marketing tool?
Okay, well, Facebook has for a long time now launched their advertising platform, and that advertising platform is really cost effective as opposed to their competitor Google, and it allows almost anybody to go into their advertising manager, set up a campaign, and get people attracted to what they do. And not only do you just broadcast what you do to the whole Facebook community, but you are able to laser target a specific targeted niche audience, and that will get more traction for businesses and for anyone who has a good or service online.
Well, John, at this point I have to ask, how do you get the big wigs of the society, how do you get them talking about your business on social media in terms of referrals and all that?
Okay, well, the big wigs, as you call them, we call them influencers on social media, and simply people only talk about products that they have probably used and that they enjoy. So if you're a business owner and you have a couple of big wigs or influencers that have used your products or services, just get them to leave reviews, especially on Twitter. Such a feature is very interesting on Twitter. If a big wig uses your product and talks about it on Twitter, most of his or her followers will come on board, and you get that extra attraction for your business. Even here in Lagos State, some of these clubs and lounges use these a lot. When celebrities go there, they tweet about it, and it creates more exposure for these brands. So yes, influencer marketing is really a big thing too.
Just before I let you go, I have to ask you, how can we determine for certain what impacts social media has on businesses? Obviously, there will be other ways to push the business, but how do you know for certain the contribution that social media makes on a business?
That's a very good question. It's a very good question. People tend to ask, how can we measure the impact of social media for our organization? And it's very simple. There are analytical tools that can analyze what impact your campaigns are making. If you're using Facebook, for instance, to market, we have what we call Facebook Insights. If you have a Facebook page, it is free for everyone to access. It tells you how many people have seen your page that week or that month or that day, what percentage of that audience are men or are women, so you know the kind of attention that your brand is attracting. Also, if you have a website or an online store, you can measure specifically the number of clicks coming from Facebook to your store. If you have an online store, you have Google Analytics. It's something that's installed on most websites, and it can tell you for sure what kind of traffic you are getting and where they are coming from. So you can measure your social media traffic and as against the number of sales you are making per day or per week. And it's very easy to measure. You can scale up or make adjustments where necessary.
Well, thank you so much, John Obidi, for teaching us so much in such a short space of time. We're very thankful for your time right here on Network Africa. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, we're going to end with what's happening in the Federal Capital Territory. Now, the party is supreme. These are the words of the president at the meeting of the National Executive Committee of the All Progressives Congress, currently underway at the party's secretariat in the nation's capital. In his opening remarks, President Muhammadu Buhari asked the lawmakers who are members of the APC in the National Assembly to put aside individual interest and accept the party's supremacy. Others present at the meeting include the Senate President Bukola Saraki, the Speaker of the House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, and the members of the National Working Committee of the party, the APC governors, state party chairmen, and also representatives from the zones.
The elections have come and gone. The APC has won the battle and lost the war. This is the paradox of democracy, and we shall see how we can manage it. How do we manage it? The way going forward. I have already appealed to, through the chairman, through the leadership of the party, through Your Excellency the governors, through our senators and the House of Representatives, that the APC must not disappoint its constituency. That's the nation state. Let us not throw this success to the wind. Let us, as members of APC, no matter our personal differences, get together and meet the mandate given to us by this country. This is my personal appeal, and in the name of God, whatever your personal interest is and ambition, please keep it close to your heart and in your pocket. Let APC work, and let the system work, and let us have a government that will earn the respect of our constituencies.
President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. Now, we're going to take you back to that story about the solar backpack or solar-powered backpack, which has been introduced in South Africa. And that's the basis for our question of the day. Our question simply is, what are your thoughts on bringing these solar-powered backpacks for Nigerian children right here at home in Nigeria? We want to know, do you think it will pay off just as it's paying off in South Africa? Feel free to send us your feedback either via email or Twitter. The address and handle are right there on your screen. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching Network Africa right here on Channels Television. I'm Cynthia Are.